Hi everyone. We're going to take a quick look at a couple of tools that Google provides that can help you with your SEO efforts. The first one that I wanted to take you to was Google AdWords. We're not actually going to set up an AdWords campaign. We're just going to use one of the tools that's available through AdWords, but you have to go in through the site and track it down, and it's not immediately obvious how you get to that. So what you do is on your Google AdWords menu, once you've logged in, and you will have to create an account and get a customer ID, and it will connect to your Google account. And once you do that, then you look under the Tools menu, and you will find under all of these different things the Keyword Planner, and that's where you want to go. And we're not actually creating an ad campaign, we're just using the Keyword Planner to help us identify some keywords to use in our headlines and in our writing to help target Google and other search engines. So in this case, what we're going to do, you have a couple of different ways you can look at things. There is a forecasting tool. At this point, what I'm really wanting to do is look at some historic behavior and see what people have looked for. So you want to look under search for new keyword and ad group ideas. And what's nice about this is you can add in a couple of ideas. So in this case, let's say I had done a post on choosing wines. So I'll do choosing wine. I'm not going to leave these other things out. You can use a product category if you want to. So I could use food and groceries and beverages, alcoholic beverages, and wine. Okay, so that gives me a product category. You can also target by geography. So you can leave it limited to the entire United States. In this case, I'm writing for a site that's local, so I'm going to choose Springfield, Missouri. And you can also add negative keywords. So if I say, maybe I'm writing about a particular kind of wine, if I'm going to be writing about Chardonnays and not something else, I might add some negative keywords of I don't want people who are looking for, Pinot Noir, that's not what I'm talking about in this post. I might add those negative keywords here. I'm going to leave that blank for now. And then you can choose the range. You can see how far back do you want to go. Do you want to go in the last 12 months, the last month, the last few weeks? In this case, I'm going to leave it on the last year. So then when I hit Get Ideas, it's going to run, and it's going to give me, it does give you a breakdown for different ad campaign ideas. I prefer to look under the keyword ideas because then in this case what I'm doing is I'm looking at specific phrases that we might use for keywords that we could put in our headlines. So in this case what I'm going to do is when I look at these, this gives us some phrases we might use in our headlines. So we might want to use how to choose a wine, we might want to use cheap wine, we might want to use Italian wines. And what you're looking for is you want ones that have good monthly searches, but low competition. Because the more competition there is for a phrase, the harder it's going to be to show up on the first page of results. So in this case, Burgundy wine might be something that we want to choose for, although if I were writing about Chardonnay, that wouldn't be a great one to choose. But that way I get a phrase and it helps me see what people are talking about um, with regards in the Springfield area. This is what people seem to be searching on. And so if I look and see, well, it looks like 10,000 people in the Springfield area are searching on Burgundy wine, that gives me some insight that maybe I want to write a post about that in the future. It can help you decide on creating new content that you want to include. Um, so that's one tool that you can use, and just make sure that what you want to do is have something that has a reasonable amount of searches, but with low competition. And that can help you give you some guidelines of some key phrases to utilize in your headlines. Similarly, you can use Google Trends for understanding what's hot and what people are looking at. And so in this case, what's nice, say if I wanted to look at Ebola, how much is Ebola trending? I can see, oh, it's been really hot lately. And what's nice about this tool is it gives you specific headlines that are going on when spikes hit. So it can help you track news items or things that are coming up. It also helps you track by geographic interest if you're targeting a specific geographic area. So that trending tool is helpful. You can also go to the hot searches to see what people are searching on right now. That way, if you are trying to target content by time, this gives you the latest stuff. What's difficult about this is that you have a limited window to respond to this. So if you see something that's hot now, you really need to write about it in the next 6 hours or so to be able to catch that window. The faster you are, the more you'll capitalize and connect with that trend. So that's really something more when you have a site that generates a lot of content. This may be a strategy that you want to look at. Also, another site that can help you with trending topics is Twitter. So you'll want to be looking at the trends under your Twitter login page. You'll get all different kinds of trends, and you can change the geography of these trends, and you can target them by larger cities. So if I want to see what people are talking about in St. Louis, I can look at it there. This is also useful for seeing what's the conversation. So Toy Story 4 is hot. The new Star Wars movie has a title now, and everybody's really excited about that. So maybe you want to do a post. This can help you come up with content ideas that might capitalize on some of these trends. So those are just a few tools that you can use. You might examine those and take a look at them and use those for ideas for coming up with types of content that are timely, as well as headlines that capitalize on keyword phrases that everyone is searching on.